In Cumberland County, prosecutors say they'll seek the death penalty against a man who's accused of killing two women. Carlisle police say Davone Anderson shot and killed Sydney Parmelee and Kaylee Lyons in July. Anderson had his formal arraignment today. Parmelee was found dead in a home on July 5th, and Lyons' body was discovered at the same location a few weeks later. Lyons was 6 weeks pregnant. According to court documents, Anderson told police that he killed Parmelee because he thought she was cheating on him, and then killed Lyons because he thought she would turn him in.
Carlisle is a borough located in Cumberland County, Pennsylvania, in the northeastern United States. It is situated about 20 miles west of Harrisburg, the state capital. A man with a turbulent history also resided in this location. Sydney Parmelee and Kaylee Lyons were romantically involved with Davone Unique Anderson. Sadly, Anderson killed these two women because he thought one was unfaithful and the other would accuse him of killing the other woman and depriving their small children of a mother. Now that we have more information on what happened, let's dive into this sad tragedy. Before we begin this video, we would like to express our deepest sympathies to the family and friends who were severely affected by this horrible crime. We would also like to send condolences to the victim's family and friends. Sydney Parmelee and Kaylee Lyons attended Carlisle Area High School together in 2014. Sydney Elise Parmelee, 23, was born on August 19, 1996, in Carlisle, the daughter of Lawrence and Jillian Parmelee. Sydney was a loving and trustworthy person. She enjoyed family holidays to Ocean City, shopping, and dogs. Sydney was a student at HACC, aiming to become a registered nurse. She faced numerous challenges along the way, but she remained motivated to become a pediatric nurse. Most importantly, she cherished her role as mother to Ania and Anique. Kaylee Lyons, 23, of Carlisle, was born on August 22, 1996, in Portsmouth, Virginia, to Timonia Thomas and Bettina Lyons. Kaylee was a passionate lady who gave her all in whatever she did. She especially enjoyed being a mother and adored her son, Royce. Kaylee graduated from Carlisle Area High School in 2014 and then attended HACC. Kaylee discovered her passion while working at North Dickinson Elementary School. Sydney Parmelee and Kaylee Lyons had a love relationship with 25-year-old Davone Unique Anderson. Together, Anderson and Parmelee had 2 kids. Together with Lyons, he had a son while she was 6 weeks pregnant. Although Parmelee's mother was pleased that her daughter was moving in the right direction, she said that she and her daughter frequently clashed on Parmelee's relationship with Anderson. It is said that Anderson's upbringing on a farm without electricity led to a generational saga of abuse, dysfunctional families, and mental illness. Anderson was left to fend for himself as a child by absentee parents, aggressive family members, and a fatherless home. Davone bottled up his emotions and refused to cry after being beaten. Since the time of his birth, when she was 15 years old, his mother has been in and out of his life. As early as age 7, he and his sister were provided alcohol and cigarettes. In addition, he was allegedly assaulted. When this was discovered, his family forced him to admit to the abuse in front of them all. Anderson was forced to live with his abuser later in life when his mother was unable to care for him. Anderson was raised in a drug-addled environment and never had any successful male role models. Eventually, Davone enlisted in the Army. Following his relapse into marijuana use as a self-medication for his sadness, Anderson was honorably dismissed from the service. He started to get more involved in his younger brother's life because he wanted to set an example for them that he had never had. Eventually, Anderson created the Evolve brand, a play on letters representing the words evil and love. He hawked baby onesies and t-shirts bearing the brand. Anderson was able to sufficiently groom himself. Resurfacing trauma and newly discovered uncertainty about his father's identity knocked Anderson back. He was suicidal at times, and even though he assisted his cousin in quitting drugs, further tragedies befell him. On July 5th, Carlisle police responded to a 911 call reporting a suicide at a home on the 100 block of East Lowther Street and discovered Parmelee, 23, with a gunshot wound to the head. However, a study of the site and subsequent interviews prompted police to initiate an investigation into her death, which found she died as a consequence of a homicide. Then, on July 30th, as Parmelee's death was still being investigated, police responded to the same house, but this time for a complaint of someone in cardiac arrest. They discovered Lyons, 23, in critical condition inside the home after receiving a gunshot wound to the head. She was transported to the hospital, where she died from her injuries the next day. As the police were investigating, Davone was taken into custody. Anderson said to the police that Parmelee had followed him to Lyons' house the day of the incident, when they got into an argument. He and Parmelee were in a relationship, had 2 children together, and had recently been going through a separation. Davone reportedly threatened to commit suicide and would lock himself in the restroom. Anderson reported to the police that he heard a gunshot outside while he was outdoors smoking. According to the officers, he claimed he walked back inside and discovered Sydney dead next to his and Lyons' 14-month-old baby on the couch. Anderson allegedly grabbed his son, fled to his mother's house, and instructed her to dial 911. Nevertheless, the detective stated that the evidence found at the scene suggested Parmelee's death wasn't a suicide. Parmelee's wallet and recently purchased cell phone were gone, and authorities said that Anderson gave contradictory stories to other people. Parmelee's cell phone communications were examined, and the investigators concluded that there was no evidence that Parmelee wanted to commit suicide. They said that Parmelee's body bore no indications of gunpowder burns or other injuries suggesting she had shot herself at close range. Not long later, Anderson was driving Lyons' Honda Civic when he was detained in Carlisle. The police noted that Anderson had a 2017 narcotics conviction, which prohibited him from possessing weapons. He faces charges of unlawful firearm possession, receiving stolen goods, endangering the welfare of a child, and 2 counts of first-degree murder. He also faces 1 count of murder of an unborn child.
In Cumberland County, prosecutors say they'll seek the death penalty against a man who's accused of killing 2 women. Carlisle police say Davone Anderson shot and killed Sydney Parmelee and Kaylee Lyons in July. Anderson had his formal arraignment today. Parmelee was found dead in a home on July 5th, and Lyons' body was discovered at the same location a few weeks later. Lyons was 6 weeks pregnant. According to court documents, Anderson told police that he killed Parmelee because he thought she was cheating on him, and then killed Lyons because he thought she would turn him in.
Anderson claimed he killed Parmelee due to his belief of infidelity and shot Lyons because he was afraid she would report him to the authorities. They claimed Anderson admitted to killing Parmelee with a stolen gun from Boiling Spring and shooting Lyons with her own firearm. A man who has been convicted of killing 2 women from Carlisle and an unborn baby has received a death sentence. The Cumberland County DA's office says the jury reached the death penalty verdict for Davone Anderson in the murder of Kaylee Lyons. But he will be sentenced to life without parole for the murder of Sydney Parmelee. Never should taking the life of an innocent person be justified by a problematic past. Help was readily available, but regrettably, because of Anderson's chose to end Sydney and Kaylee's lives. We hope that this verdict provides families with solace and closure for the untimely deaths of their loved ones. If you would like to stay updated with this type of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the following video.